Hey everybody, GT here from GT's Barbecue. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I've been thinking about getting a meat grinder for quite some time. Sometimes the price of ground beef, especially these days, is off the charts. So I'm not really sure how much I'm going to use this thing. I don't have the stand mixer with that I can put an attachment on. So I picked up this on sale at Amazon. It was about $84. This is an Ultra AZMG 090. So I figured, what the heck, for about 85 bucks, it'll be a good way for me to go ahead and look into this and see if it's something I'm going to use. These things can get quite expensive. And there are some cheaper ones too. So I did a little bit of research. Seems like this is a good value. We're going to find out. So stay tuned. I'm going to come back here in a second. I'll go over the parts that came with this thing, and I'll try to get it put together. I haven't looked at the instruction book, but it doesn't look too tough to figure out. So stay tuned. I'll be right back, and we'll go over the parts list. Okay, let's go over the attachments that came with this meat grinder. Of course, it has a instruction manual, and this be the hopper, which is going to sit up on top of the head tube like so. So we can put our meat down through there. This collar holds the head tube on. It came with 3 different extruders, 3 different size holes for different size grinds, very heavy duty. Those look nice. Came with 2 sharp knives, the blades that spin around up against the extruders to help push the meat through. Not really knives, but I guess more of a propeller than anything else. And then the auger itself, this is pretty heavy duty. It's got a nice gasket on it. And one of the things I noticed in my research is there's a bigger space here at this part than up here. And what I'm told is that really helps grab a hold of the meat and help push it through without so much downward force. So that's handy. This is just the poker deal. That's a Chingadera Hungatsi technical term. And this is for making what's called kibbeh. And basically, it's actually an Arab dish. And it goes on where these would go. And it extrudes out basically a tube. And usually it's a seasoned lamb. So it comes out into a hollow tube. So you can fill that with various things. It actually looks pretty tasty. And then a basic sausage extruder. So pretty much everything that you would need for home use. Has a pretty cool little onboard storage area here. And I put everything in there, and pretty much all of it fits, except for these larger pieces. So that's kind of cool. And then the function's basic. We have an on-off switch and a reverse switch. So in case something, I guess, gets clogged up in there, you can just pop that. And it's pretty much that simple. So I'm excited to give this thing a try. Stay tuned. I haven't read the instructions yet, but we'll try to get this thing put together. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can't get this thing put together. I have everything laid out here. I put the stuff that I'm not going to use back in the onboard storage. So the first thing we're going to do is install this tube for the meat. And it just kind of goes on at an angle and clicks into place. So that's locked. And then there's a release here. When you want to take it apart, you push the button and it comes right off. So pretty straightforward on that. Next we need to get the auger in place. So we're going to push that back, and it just kind of goes back and seals itself. Next we're going to put on the cutting blade. And we want to make sure the sharp blades are facing out, and they're going to rotate up against this extruder. So that's going to go on next. And everything has notches, so pretty tough to get it wrong. And this has tabs on it. And we see we have notches here on either side. We're going to put that in place like that. Put on this collar. Kind of snug it up a little bit there. Hopper goes on top. And our meat pusher Chingadera Huzengatsi tool. So there you go. Stay tuned. I found some tri-tips on sale. Buy one, get one free. So I need to get some ground beef for a video I'm going to shoot this afternoon. So there's going to be some really nice ground beef. So stay tuned. I'll get this thing plugged in and we'll do our first grind. Be right back. Okay, let's give this thing a go. I've got it all powered up. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. It's probably going to be a little loud. So as I process this, I'll go ahead and cut the audio and then I'll come back at the end. I have here about 3 pounds of tri-tip that I'm going to grind up. I'm going to go ahead and run a few pieces through it first, and then I am going to go ahead and throw that away. I don't think there's anything in there, but just in case there's some residue or anything that was inside there that I couldn't get out with soap and water, that'll make sure it's safe. So here we go. Put some chunks in. And it's grabbing a hold of it pretty well by itself. Again, I think that is due to the auger design. It looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and discard this, and I'll be right back, and we'll go ahead and grind the rest of it up. Stay tuned. And away we go. And there you have 3 pounds of ground tri-tip. I'm going to move this thing out of the way here for a second so you can kind of get a look at that. That's about what I would expect to see in the supermarket. It looks, wow, it looks really good. It's nice and red. It's really moist. And it's got a good fat content. So I'm anxious to use this more. So stay tuned. I'll be back and I'll give you my first impressions. See you in a minute. So there you have it. This is 3 pounds of ground tri-tip. This was $9.99 a pound for a 3-pounder, but I got buy one, get one free. So basically for $4.99 a pound, probably less than you'd pay for ground chuck in the supermarket, I got some really high-end ground beef here. And if you look for sales, I'm sure you can find some good values, freeze them, and you know, this is going to work out well. As far as the grinder itself, it was quick, it was easy, it motored through it, it seemed to pull the meat through effortlessly. I guess so, time will tell. We'll see how the thing holds up, but for my home use, I think this is everything I'm going to need, certainly for a while. So I'll keep you informed if something comes up that I'm unhappy with. Again, this is the Ultra model AZ-MG090. Give it a thumbs up. Give it 2 thumbs up. It seemed to work perfectly. So if this is your first time here, welcome. And if you're one of my returning subscribers, thanks so much. It really means a lot for the channel. So everybody stay safe, and we'll see you next time.